Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Mathis again. We're on 7.1 while loops. Okay, so let's see what Codehs wants us to do. They want us to write a program that prints even numbers 2 through 20 while using a while loop. Okay, so we want to use a while loop to print these even numbers out. So let's say first thing we do, let's let's assign um, a variable to 2. So we're going to assign 2 to the variable number, okay? And we're going to want to use a while loop. Now remember, if you cannot remember the syntax or what a while loop does or the syntax, go to documentation while loops, okay? And it will give you a nice big hint right here, okay? So this line I'm going to get to in a second, but this is something that we're looking to do. All right, so okay, let's get back. So while number is less than 20, because we want it to print up until 20, and then after it gets to 20, greater than 20, we want it to stop. So while number is greater than or equal to 20, okay, what do we want it to do? Okay, we want it to print number. All right, we want to print the number. Okay, now what do we want it to do next? Okay, remember, because after it just keeps looping, and if you leave it at 2, it'll just go on infinitely. It will never stop. So we want to increase the number by 2 every time. So we want to write like a little equation so Python will know that we want it to increase by 2. Okay, and so this should do it. Okay, now what's the problem here? What's the problem? I made a mistake in my syntax. As long as the number is less than 20. I said it right, but I think I wrote it wrong. Okay, so let's check the code. Okay, good. So let's actually run the code. Okay, good. So that's what it does. All right, let's continue. Okay, let's take a look at what Codehs wants us to do. We want to ask the user for two numbers and then divide them. Okay, so they're asking for the numerator, they're asking for the denominator, and we need to tell the user that the denominator cannot equal 0. All right, so let's take a look. They give us code already. We just have to add in. Okay, if the user enters 0, tell them they cannot enter 0 and have them enter another number. Okay, so we have to add a while loop doing that. All right, so let's take a look. So we have user enters numerator, user enters denominator. We have an if-else statement. Okay, but we can't have a 0. So let's do a while loop. Okay, so while denominator equals 0. What do we want? What do we want to happen? First thing we want is to tell the user that they cannot enter 0. Okay, so denominator cannot be 0. All right, so let's put an exclamation point so they'll know we mean business. All right, so what do we want to do now? All right, so just so you know, this is going to keep looping and it's going to go, and once it doesn't hit 0, it's going to keep going forward. So we need to put another input statement here. Okay, we need to put a second input statement like the example earlier in this unit showed us, that while it's going to keep looping, and so we need to enter another until we need to use it to enter another denominator, so then the program can keep running. All right, and this denominator will not be 0 anymore. So let's see if we got this right. All right, good. So let's run it, see what it looks like. We enter numerator 11, denominator 13, does not divide evenly. Let's run it again. Numerator 11, denominator 0, denominator cannot be 0, and denominator 14. Good. All right, so you see the point. We could do actually the 2, let's do 1 divides evenly. Okay, so I just want to recap something. So if we go back to this one, a while loop, okay, remember a while loop continually runs until this statement is false. So while the statement is true, it continually runs repeatedly until the statement is false, and that's why we have to put something here to make this statement false. Okay, and just the same one with the last one. All right, so remember to keep watching the mini lessons. They'll help you through these problems also. All right, thanks a lot.